Hello there, and welcome back to the Academy of Historical Fencing. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Superior Fencing Pluderhose, or a sort of historical fencing pants or trousers. Now before I get started, I need to let you know that these were sent to me as a free sample, so I haven't paid for them. I have no actual sort of connections with Superior Fencing, but they do send myself and Nick Thomas at the Academy of Historical Fencing the occasional piece of equipment to test, see what we think of it, and to do video reviews of. So just bear that in mind. It's not something I've paid for, and it's a freebie. And saying that, we'll just get straight onto the review. Now, I'm not wearing them at the moment. Just make sure you can see them on the camera. You can see them here, but I will be posting up photos of me wearing them. Just falling over. So I'll post up photos of me wearing them and also a couple of excerpts from some of the videos that we've shot recently, so you can see me moving in them. Now there are a couple of other reviews already out for these that go into some of these specifics in quite some detail. So I'm just going to talk about what I think of them. Do I think they're worth buying? What's the quality like, the fit, and why you might want them? And if you have any questions, obviously, pop to the comment section, pop a comment on there, and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, first of all, why would you want these kind of more... They're not sort of made it to the exact sort of historical pattern, but they look more like historical sort of fencing trousers or pants. Why would you want them? Well, some people want to wear, when they're practicing HEMA or historical fencing or whatever else they're doing with their sort of swords and their gear, they want something that looks a little more sort of period specific or historical. So that might be one approach. The other is you might be wanting to see, does wearing something a little more period specific change the way you can fight? Now, does it improve things? Does it slow things down? Or do you just want them because they look cool? To be fair, for me it was kind of a bit of all of them, but probably the last one was the most important because they do look kind of cool. Now, the particular model that they sent to me is this one here. It's at the time of this video, I believe it's the only sort of Pluderhose sort of fancy pants version of these that they do, which is the 800 Newton version. They cost, I keep dropping it. They cost $80 for a pair, which is very, very cheap, especially considering the cost of some of the competition. And you can order them in one of many different colours. In fact, if you just hold on a moment, I'll just check. Yeah, if you go to their website, you can see you've got loads of colours to choose from. And as you can see from mine, there are two different colours. So I went with the black, and I believe it's called the Ox Blood, which is the really dark red, as opposed to this kind of bright sort of Blood Angel sort of red that we use for most of our stuff. So it's a little more subdued. I kind of like it, but that's personal choice. Now, in terms of the way they're put together, they have an elasticated waist. So I'll just show you here. So it's slightly elasticated at the waist, but not a huge amount. Not so much so that it will actually hold them up. So if you just rely on the elasticated waist part, they're going to fall down. But it does have a drawstring. So once you pull them on, get them into position, pull the drawstring, get them nice and tight around your waist so you don't have any embarrassing moments while you're sparring. It's similar with the lower end. I don't think they're elasticated. No, they're not elasticated near the knees. And you also have more ties, so you can pull them tight above or below the knee depending on which particular sort of period or style that you want. So 16th century, generally above the knee, but it's up to you. Now, in terms of protection, a lot of people look at these and they think, are they just big baggy trousers? Is that it? And you'll be really surprised to know that these are, from what I've seen, the most comprehensively protected sort of trousers that you can get for HEMA. They may not look it, but if I hold this up here, there's padding everywhere, and the nice thing with the padding as well is it's attached to pockets inside the material as opposed to being next to your skin. So it gives the effect of having almost like spaced armour on your body. So if a sword strikes the kind of the flared parts of your trousers, it'll hit the armour and there's a gap between the armour and your leg or your thigh or wherever else it's hitting you, which is quite nice. It also has protection on the thighs, a little bit of protection on the butt, and also on the inside of the thighs as well, which is quite nice, especially for those occasions where you get a double hit. For example, let's say you come in, your opponent's about to try and strike you, you slash them through the face, you think, yay, the fight's over, and their sword continues, they continue another strike, and then it drops down and hits you on the thigh, the inside leg. Well, they can still do that. Your Pluderhose don't sort of magically stop you getting hit, but it takes a lot of the energy out from the strike, which is quite nice. So yeah, protection-wise, excellent. 800 Newton as well, so nicely protected on the stabby side. Loads of padding all around the legs, thighs, inside thighs, outside, around the butt. So you've got good all-round protection as well. So that's pretty impressive. But perhaps more impressive is the maneuverability or the agility. So I've been having a bit of trouble with I've been using various other manufacturers' sort of fencing pants, your usual kind, the ones that are just like giant shorts with braces, suspenders up over the shoulders. And they're great, really good puncture protection, but a lot of them have quite a few gaps when it comes to armour. And more importantly, I find they can sort of constrict the movement of the leg. So I can't show you my leg on the camera at the moment, but you think if that's your knee coming up, I have a hard time getting past the right angle with some of them. With these, it completely transforms my movement. So I found when I put them on, my knees were freed up completely. So I can do super long lunges, I can go for nice wide stances and come down low to the ground, which is obviously quite important for sort of the 16th century sort of Meyer-esque type stuff that I practice. So my sort of fencing game improved substantially once I could actually move my legs properly. So I really dig that part of the Pluderhose. Review's kind of getting a little rambling now, so I'll just keep going, and then if I miss anything or go on too long about something, you let me know, and I'll try and answer your questions. Now, it's not all perfect. It's not really a problem, I suppose, but I found not having a sort of a braces or suspender system to be a real pain in the backside. So you put them on, you do the tie up around your waist, but after you've been sparring 10 minutes or so, it does start to slip and slide around. And yeah, they weren't falling down, but they were exposing more than you'd like, or normally you'd like anyway. So I went and bought on Amazon just these basic, let's just show you here, clip-on braces. Make sure you can see that on the camera. So nothing particularly fancy, cross on the back, just the two verticals on the front. I bought those. It keeps them held nicely in position, to be fair, like most of the other fencing trousers people are selling anyway. The minute I put these on them, it just transformed them. They went from being good to really, really, really good. And when I say really good, that means something is exceptionally good. So yeah, I popped those on, completely changed the way they feel. And now these are the sort of trousers I use all the time for fencing. You will have noticed any recent sparring videos that you've seen. If I happen to be in them, I'm going to be wearing these. I've got 3 other pairs of fencing trousers, and they've all been sort of retired to the kind of the reserve store for now in case of emergencies. So yeah, really, really good. Now obviously they won't be for everybody. Some clubs may not, I don't know, but they may not even allow them if they don't match the style or the period that you're working from. But for me, where my interest is specifically 16th century fencing, with an emphasis on Meyer, having something that is a little closer to the period, that gives you really good maneuverability, allows you to get low, allows you to thrust, gives you loads more protection than normal, and gives you a kick-ass kind of new look as well. Yeah, brilliant. The 800 Newton bit is a bonus. I've been upgrading parts of my kit to 800 Newtons. I would have bought them if they'd been 350 or 800, but they happen to give me an 800 Newton set, so I'm not complaining about that. So that's great. Anything else? The build quality, if you've bought anything from Superior Fencing, you know what you're getting. The quality of the cuts and the stitching is always always really good. So short version, I really like them. I didn't pay for them, but they're $80, and anything in the HEMA world that's $80 and is good is really not an issue. I would, without hesitation, buy more. In fact, I'm probably going to buy another pair. I know Nick is desperate for them because he doesn't have fighting trousers anywhere near as fancy as these. Although, of course, Nick will get much brighter ones because that's Nick. Yeah, so I'll probably order another pair, so I've got a backup. And I would, if they could do it, I'll have a chat to them and see if they can maybe offer it as an option. If they could put braces or suspenders of some kind on them, then they'd have the absolute perfect product. Now, they did also send me their 16th century sort of fencing jacket doublet, but I haven't worn it more than twice. Well, I've worn it twice. Which I don't think is enough to be able to provide a review yet, whereas I've been wearing these for months, so I can give you a really fair and honest opinion. Anyway, that's it. So that's the 16th century Pluderhose, as they're listed on the Superior Fencing website. They're $80 plus shipping, I assume. So you can get them shipped anywhere around the world. Choose any colours that you like, and just pop them on. They look great, so yeah. Double thumbs up from me. Any questions, pop them in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It really helps the AHF channel, so we can get more content up for you.